many, death is a very touchy, scary, but important subject. It is inevitable to all living things, and even though everyone is aware that it can happen at any time, no one looks forward to talking about it. However, not everyone is afraid of the touchy subject. As a matter of fact, there is one guy who happens to be obsessed with it. Damien Hirst was born June 7, 1965 in Bristol, England. He became one of England's most famous and richest artists, and also was a leader in the young British artist movement in the late 1980s. Hirst's obsession with death began at a very early age. In fact, some of his first and most popular artworks were all tied to death in some way. His artwork entitled With Dead Head shows him posing with the deceased person's head in the morgue with a grin on his face. As a wise fruit once said, human beings all have a life instinct, eros, which drives them to procreate, have survival skills, and a death drive, which he will later describe as thanatos. Let me inform you about a British artist that took the word death drive to a whole other level. Although the major theme of Hirst's artwork is death, his art school works focus on abstraction and lots of color, such as this example from young British artist Inaugural. Hirst started showing death in his artworks in 1990 with his sculpture titled 1,000 Years. This sculpture consists of a severed cow head with numerous amounts of flies in the blue light, where occasionally flies would fly into and die. Hirst stated that the blue light served as a guide to the fly.
Yeah, there was one painting of, it looked like a kind of woman in a shower in the Leeds City Art Gallery that we used to look at. But I don't think it was particularly typical. But I think once I'd seen that, then we went and got all the books. So I think we kind of, the David Sylvester interviews and all that sort of stuff. We devoured those as kids.
So you kind of understood immediately that these were works which had a really visceral...
1 year later, he went from a cow to a shark with his artwork he called The Physical Possibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living, where Hirst put a great white shark in a tank with his mouth wide open and left for people to admire. Hirst chose to put a shark in the tank because many people fear sharks, but the most dangerous and fearful shark happens to be the great white. Hirst tied this into death by realizing how many people are very much afraid of death and sharks. Hirst stated that he wanted to let people see that a great white shark and death isn't so scary after all.
Damien Hirst's tiger shark caused a stir when it was first presented in 1991, but it received another round of attention in 2004 when Stephen A. Cohen bought it from Charles Saatchi. But this time, the shark was already in bad shape, rotting from the inside. The artist didn't want to accept the mortality of his fish and bought a second fresh shark in 2006. To conserve it properly.
But Hirst didn't stop there. 2 years later, in 1993, he then created an artwork called Mother and Child Divided, where he cut a cow in half and stored each side of the cow into 2 different glass containers.
Shocking, really. I think in the newspapers it seems shocking, but
But this is like, an act of violence. You cut a cow, but then you make something that's really beautiful.
The symmetry of it's weird because it is so violent, but then it seems it's like calm violence.
When did you become obsessed with death, do you think? Start to show.
I think it's both, isn't it? It's life and death. I mean,
Yeah, it is. Were you born obsessed with death? Were you obsessed with death when you were... You're not when you were a kid,
No, because I didn't know about death till I was about 7, but as soon as I found out about it, I
just thought...
The following year after that, Hirst then took to putting a new animal in his artworks. In 1994, he created an artwork entitled Away from the Flock, where he put a sheep in a glass container with its mouth open and body as if it was in motion. As years passed, Hirst went from creating multiple colors in his artwork to just showing death in art. His famous piece that was connected to death, they called the Eye of Many, was a sculpture entitled For the Love of God. For the Love of God, which was created in 2007, is a sculpture made of platinum cast of liquid gold from the early 18th century, surrounded with 8,601 diamonds, including a big pink diamond sitting right in the middle of the forehead. The $64 million sculpture also has bruised human teeth that were perfected by an actual dentist. As you take a good look at this sculpture, you may think there are different colored diamonds, but actually, that is only the light reflecting off the sculpture, so therefore, the skull appears to be different colors. The texture of the sculpture can be described as rough. It also has a shape and value of a three-dimensional shape. Hirst's main point for creating this sculpture came from his long obsession with death. Since he grew up Catholic and his mother describing him as a morbid child, he wanted to make something that would make people view death in other ways than just scary. He wanted people to understand that death shouldn't be feared, since it was indeed a beautiful thing to him. Hirst once stated, "As an artist, I try to make things people can believe in, that they can relate to, that they can experience. You therefore have to show them as well as possible." To this day, Hirst still creates artworks that never ceases to amaze people. 2 years later, in 2009, he created For Heaven's Sake, which was another sculpture made up of diamond, except this time, Hirst used the hand platinum skull cast of the baby. From his color blocks to his obsession with death, it can't be denied that Hirst was a talented artist that made people view a scary and touchy subject in a way that it is no longer frightening, but a beautiful thing. Because of Damien Hirst For the Love of God sculpture, he inspired me to make something of my own. I took glass glitter and a mask and I put them together. I call my artwork Glass Face.